Hey everybody, it is April 8th and I wanted to give you a quick update on Trump accounts. So I know that a lot of you have chosen to elect to open Trump accounts for your dependents. What are Trump accounts? I'll go through that. I'll also go through the new information that I just found out in terms of where Trump accounts will be held, who will be the trustee, the custodian of those Trump accounts, which bank. And so let's just run through that really quick and then kind of a high level overview of Trump accounts. First, let me say this. I know it's called a Trump account. Roth IRAs, Roth, that's the last name of a senator. There are plenty of other types of political names that have been used to name accounts. I would not let that influence your decision on whether or not you open one. I recommend that you look at the merits of the account itself and decide if it is good, if it is a good opportunity for you and your child, regardless of your political affiliations and what you think about President Trump. So with all that being said, this is a 530A, 530 cap A, which means it's a capitalized A. That's just kind of how the tax code is referenced there. So you could refer to it as that if you don't want to call it a Trump account, but that's definitely the most common name that it is known by. So what is this account? It's a tax-advantaged account that essentially is a way to help your kids start to save for retirement. Traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, those individual retirement accounts, you have to have earned income to put money into those, but with a Trump account, you do not. And then when they turn 18, it essentially follows the IRA rules. So this is a way for you to open up what is effectively could be treated as an IRA and start your child's retirement savings before they have earned income. That's how I would look at it. That's how I would treat it. There are some other kind of unique things to it. It does have different rules, especially during the period where the child, before they reach 18, where it is not the same as an IRA in terms of what it can be invested in and what the money can be pulled out for. But once they turn 18, it essentially becomes an IRA. So that's how I would look at it, is treating it as being able to set your kids up, start saving for their retirement before they have earned income. Once they're working a job, they have earned income. If they have a part-time job, you can always open up an IRA or a Roth IRA and put money into that up to the amount of their earned income or the IRA limit, whichever is less that year. So with the Trump accounts, the way that you open them up is it is a tax election. So for many of you, we have filed Form 4547 with your tax return. We asked you if you wanted to do this. If you said yes, we did it. If you said no, we didn't. But that form can either go in with your tax return, Form 4547. All it asks for is your name, your address, the kids' names, address, socials, asks if they are qualified, and then also if they qualify for the initial pilot program of the $1,000 deposit from the government. So that's another common misunderstanding. If your child is, say, 10 years old, they do not qualify to get the $1,000 as part of the pilot program. You have to be born between 2025 and 2028 to qualify for that pilot program, free $1,000 that you get from the government. However, if you have a 10-year-old who doesn't qualify for that, they do still qualify to open up a Trump account. So that's a big misunderstanding, is a lot of people don't think that they can open up a Trump account because their kid was born before 2025. And that's not the case. You still can elect to open up a Trump account. You just won't get any money put into it by the government as part of the pilot program. You would put the money in yourself. So you can put up to $5,000 per child into the account. So the way to elect the account to open it would be to file Form 4547 with your tax return. You can also complete and file Form 4547 standalone by itself, separate from your tax return. You can also go to the trumpaccounts.gov website. And let me show you here. Go to the Trump account website and you can fill out the information here and elect to open up the account that way as well. So those are the three ways that you can open it. The new information that we know is that the Trump accounts will be held by the trustee, who is BNY Mellon, Bank of New York Mellon Corporation, BNY. That is going to be the initial bank who holds the funds. that is going to be the bank that I believe they're going to reach out to you. If you have elected to open up one of these accounts, I believe that they are going to contact you and ask you to set up the account. There will be an app. The app, let's see. So on the Trump account, they do have a screenshot. They've had this up for at least a few weeks, a month, maybe two. That looks a lot like Robinhood. And the reason for that is because Robinhood is going to create a white label app. So it will be branded Trump accounts, but the app is going to effectively basically be the Robinhood app white labeled for Trump accounts. So it'll be its own app in the App Store that you can download. That's how you'll be able to manage it. That's how you'll be able to make contributions. The initial trustee, as I mentioned, will be BNY. I imagine there's going to be a lot of phishing attempts where people are sending information saying, hey, it's time to open up your Trump account, and they're just trying to get sensitive information, name, address, social security numbers, date of births. So be very careful. Make sure that the information is coming from BNY. Make sure that you get the Trump account app from the App Store. Download that once it's available. You cannot put contributions into this until July of 2026. So it could be a little bit before then. It could be around then that BNY is reaching out and getting you to set it up. It may be that they don't reach out. It may be that they tell you to download the app, and then there's a way to put in your information and it matches with the information they already have in terms of the election that's already been made to open up an account. But that's where it's going to be. I told you I would update you once I knew more. So BNY, Bank of New York Mellon, is the trustee that will have it. You will be able to set that account up, fund that account, and then if you don't want to keep it with BNY, you will be able to roll that money out. So you could do a direct trustee to trustee rollover, similar to an IRA rollover, but it has to be a qualified custodian trustee of Trump accounts. So there's some specifics there that you'll want to be aware of if you do roll it out of BNY Mellon. It has to start there. You have to make an initial funding contribution there before you can roll it out and put it into another account. I would imagine places like Schwab, Fidelity, that have other types of 529 or brokerage accounts will be eligible to have these Trump accounts. You just want to make sure that everything's done correctly so that you don't lose the tax preferred status of those accounts. So that's a quick update on Trump accounts, who can elect them, who can open them, how to do it, and also who to be looking for in terms of legitimate information from BNY, Bank of New York Mellon, the Trump account app. It's going to be white labeled by Robinhood. It's going to look a lot like their app. And that's how you do it. Once I have more information, I'll put out another update and send that to you as well. But right now it's April 8th and still filing extensions, still working on client tax returns. So I'll have to get back to that to make sure we are able to do that before the deadline of April 15th. But wanted to get that update out to you so that you know what's going on with Trump accounts if you have elected to open one or if you plan to elect to open one. Thanks for watching.